Time it is. It's time for another episode of the 7 and a Hook Podcast, the world's premier sports betting podcast. Your source for the best information and insight when it comes to sports wagering. We cover it all because you bet on it all. So let's head up to the studio and get this show rolling.
Hey, Brooksie here, the Irish Insider for the 7 and a Hook Podcast. Hey, hope everybody's having a great Saturday. Why? A lot of great college men's basketball game on the card tonight. Matter of fact, we've got 3 big plays I'm going to share with you shortly. But hey, before we get there, I want to thank everybody that's been tuning into the show. If you're new to the show, obviously check out the website in front of you, 7andahook.com. You'll find all of our contact information in there, all our past videos. Make sure you're checking out all of our socials. It's the number 7 and a Hook, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and also go to the 7 and a Hook podcast and search that on YouTube and give us a subscribe. Listen, we got a lot of content here. Just like the intro said, we cover it all because you bet on it all. Could be baseball, basketball, football, hockey, MMA, NASCAR, bass fishing, I don't know, whatever. You if it's got a line on it, we're going to talk about it and we're going to put a wager on it. So, and like I said, there's a lot of different content. It's not just myself. We've got 4 hosts. We've got myself. We've got Easy Money, Eric LaFleche. Can't forget Doug E. Betts, one of our newer hosts, and then Jimmy D. D for Double Down, because when Jimmy D gives you a pick, you better go play it. So, again, check out the website, check out the podcast, all the old information. A lot of information there. And, you know what? Give us a subscribe at all of our socials. We'd really appreciate it. And, you know what? Don't be afraid to drop us a line. Listen, we want you to be a participator, not just a spectator here at 7 and a Hook. So, all right, before we get to tonight's card, I got another announcement, and this has something to do with us taking the show on the road again. That's right. A few weeks ago, matter of fact, it was Super Bowl Sunday. That was the first time that the 7 and Hook podcast took our show on the road. And we went to The Boat in Dracut, Massachusetts. That's 294 Tingsboro Road in Dracut, Massachusetts. Definitely one of the premier entertainment venues in New England. And the ownership there, they were gracious enough to have us come in and do a Super Bowl Sunday episode. Great crowd, great atmosphere, lots of great cocktails, signature cocktails. They've got great food. Listen, live entertainment. They've got music, comedy, a little bit of everything. It's definitely the place to be. And we're excited to announce we're going to be heading back there on Sunday, March 20th. Looks like we're going to be going on at about 1 p.m. Eastern. So, listen, we'll have more to talk about, more announcements, maybe even put up an event notification on our Facebook page and some of our other socials. But yeah, we're going to be there Sunday, March 20th at The Boat in Dracut, Massachusetts, 294 Tingsboro Road. Matter of fact, we're going to be knee deep in the NCAA tournament. That's right, March Madness. So we're going to have a show on that Sunday. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this show rolling. And as I mentioned, we're going to focus strictly on NCAA men's basketball. I got 3 big plays in our fast break segment. All right, first play on the board on my spotlight sheet. We've got the Oregon State Beavers on the road travel to take on the Washington Huskies. Okay, now the Huskies favored by 8 and a Hook. Points total set at 146. The Beavers. Not much I can say on the positive side for the Beavers, other than the good news is the season's almost over. Why am I saying that? Well, they're 3-26 overall. No, I didn't misspeak. 3 wins, 26 losses. They are on a 16 game losing streak. Ouch. All right. Only bright spot I can really throw at you for Oregon State is their senior guard, and that's Jared Lucas. He's been their leading scorer, 13.2 points per game. Listen, it's great that he's your leading scorer. I'm great he's excited about it, but 13 points a game is your leading scorer. That probably has a little bit to do with the fact that you've only won 3 games. They don't score a lot of points. Okay. 68 points a game as a team. Their defense, pretty dismal, letting up 78 points a game. Hence, you can see why their record is upside down. Okay. Now, Washington Huskies. They come in this game 15-14 overall. They're 10-9 in the Pac-12 conference. Now, they're winners 2 of their last 3, playing some pretty decent basketball as of late. They had a very solid 78-67 win over Oregon a couple nights ago. Now, the Huskies, now they're led by their senior guard, Terrell Brown Jr. He's averaging just under 22 points a game, 5 boards, 5 assists. Pretty phenomenal year for this young kid. Matter of fact, he put up 25 points the other night in that solid win over Oregon. All right. Huskies, they're averaging about 70 points a game, letting up just under 72 points a game. You know what? Again, you got to score more than you're letting up. Pretty close, and that's why they're about a 500 team. Now, tonight, what do I see? This should be literally a warm-up game, getting Washington Huskies ready for the Pac-12 tournament, which starts mid-next week. Listen, I'm going to lay the 8.5 in this game. As far as the points total set at 146, I'm looking down. I'm going to go under. Like I said, the bright spot for the Oregon State Beavers is the season is just about over. Believe me, they're looking forward to getting out of this gym and heading home. So I'm going to lay the 8.5 with the Huskies and looking down under the 146. All right, next game up on my spotlight sheet for college basketball. We've got the Southern Utah Thunderbirds on the road, travel to take on the Weber State Wildcats. Now, Weber State is favored by -5, and the points total set is 152.5. Southern Utah, they come into this game 19-10 overall, 13-6 in the Big Sky Conference. Now, they're winners 3 of their last 4. Again, playing some pretty decent basketball. Averaging 78 points a game. Defense pretty good. Only letting up 72. All right, Weber State, they come into this game 20-10. They are also 13-6 in the Big Sky Conference. Now, not really sure what was going on with the schedule makers, but the Wildcats have literally had about a week off. The last time they played was February 26th, and that was at Northern Arizona, and they just ran them out of the court 73-49. Now, Northern Arizona is a cellar dweller in the Big Sky Conference. So, again, that's a game Weber State needs to take care of business, and they did. All right, these two teams last met back January 24th, okay? Weber State, this was a high-scoring affair, a lot of running and gunning. 92-84, they traveled to Southern Utah and came home with the win, and they put up 92 points. Not a lot of defense on either team that night. So, all right. These two teams, I think the schools are about maybe 3.5 hours from each other in Utah. This is definitely, these are two rivals, no doubt. In-state rivalry, we're going at it tonight. I think the rival, Southern Utah, is going to flip the script tonight. I'm going to take the 5 points here. Give me the 5 in Southern Utah. And as far as the points total, 152.5. That is a big total in a college basketball game, but again, there's going to be a lot of hucking and chucking in this game. So I'm looking up. I'm going to go over 152.5. All right, my last game on tonight's card. And this is for a championship. This is the Ohio Valley Championship. This tournament starts obviously a little earlier than the major tournaments, but they're going to crown a champion tonight, and that's the Morehead State Eagles taking on the Murray State Racers. The reason I didn't say on the road is because this is at a neutral site. It's at the Ford Center in Indiana. Okay. Now, Morehead State, they come into this game 23-10 overall, 13-5 in the Ohio Valley Conference. Now, to get to the finals of this tournament, they had to win 2 games. Okay, they beat Tennessee Tech, and they also beat Belmont to advance here to take on Murray State. The Eagles, they're averaging 70 points a game, and their defense, very stingy, only let up 63 points a game this season. Now, Murray State, ranked 22nd in the nation, mind you, okay, having a phenomenal season. 29 wins, only 2 losses. That's right, 29-2. And what's their record in the in Ohio Valley Conference? They're 19-0. That's right, they're 19-0. They have not lost a game in conference play this year. Now, they had a bye in the first round of the tournament because obviously they had the best record. They did have to beat Southeast Missouri State to get to the finals here. Okay, and they beat them convincingly, 88-74. Now, these two teams have already met twice this season, okay? January 29th, and then again on February 12th, all right? Murray State won both of those affairs, 77-66, first go around, and then 57-53, kind of a nail-biter in the second battle. All right, what's going to happen tonight? Well, I'm looking a little further down the road. And why I'm saying that is Murray State is ranked 22nd in the nation, okay? They've had a phenomenal season, only 2 losses. If they lose this game, okay, I still think they are going to get an at-large invitation to the big dance for March Madness, okay? So even if they lose, okay, I still think they're going to go dancing, okay? Morehead State, on the other hand, even though they've had a really, really good season, they haven't had that good a year where they're going to get an invite, okay? So the only way they're going to make it to the big dance, March Madness, the NCAA tournament, is to win this conference tournament. So I really believe that Morehead State is going to come to play tonight. So give me the 7 and a hook and the Eagles, all right? And as far as the points total, listen, this is a tough one, okay? It's 127 and a hook, okay? Listen, I'm looking up. I'm going to go over in this one. So give me the 7 and a hook in Morehead State and up. We're going to go over the 127 and a hook. 3 games on the card tonight. Those are my picks and plays. Take the picks and go cash some ticks. Hopefully we gave you some good insight and some good information so you can go knock that bookie out. Okay, so anyways, hey, on behalf of everyone here at the 7 and a Hook podcast, we appreciate you listening. And as we always say, may your bad beats be small and your big wins be monster.
Thanks again for tuning in to the 7 and a Hook podcast. Until next time, may your bad beats be small and your big wins be monster.